wasn't talking a lot about the impact on investors. And so that's why I have a lot of community partners. I have mortgage companies, title companies, real estate agents, but you're also a partner as well. And so it was super, super important for me to be here. Just a little bit of background about me. I am a Dayton resident, graduate of Dayton Christian. I say I have a trifecta because I have an associate's in applied science, a paralegal degree from Sinclair. I have a bachelor's in political science from Wright State with a minor in sociology. And I also have a Juris Doctorate from the University of Dayton School of Law. So I am born and raised and homegrown here in Dayton. And so investment in our community is huge for me. And when I think about that, we are like number 4 or 5 in the nation for cash property transactions. This money is moving here in Montgomery County. And that's a lot of thanks to you for you investing and positioning people to be in a home, whether it is to rent or to buy. And so we appreciate all that you do, especially in this market that is struggling right now. An investor is really helping keep the market going, and so we certainly appreciate everything that you do. But this deed fraud is a real thing. It's a real thing, and a lot of people think of it like, oh, well, Dayton has a lot of vacant properties, and so vacant properties are susceptible, and it's only happening in Dayton. Well, I'm here to tell you it's happening everywhere. I was in Vandalia, it's happening in Vandalia. I was in Miamisburg today, it's happening in Miamisburg. It's happening in Centerville, it's happening in Kettering. It's happening everywhere. And we think of the vacant properties that have been abandoned and nobody wants them, and that is an easy mark. And when you have a city like Dayton, where you have a large number of properties that are vacant, the numbers may appear to be greater there, but my position is that anyone's home that is taken, or any investor that buys a home that was fraudulently taken from someone else, that it's an issue. And it doesn't matter what neighborhood it is. And so a couple of the things that I've seen. We have a lot of fraudulent notaries. A lot of fraudulent notaries. And so one of the challenges and obstacles that I have as the county recorder is operating under the laws that currently exist. And the laws that currently exist say if the notary notarizes this deed, then we have to take it. There's not a lot of wiggle room to reject it. And you know, I've worked with the prosecutor's office over the past few months, and I say, hey, I want to do this, and I want to do this, and they're like, that's not your lane, get back in your lane. I'm like, okay, what am I gonna do? Okay, and then I go over here and I say, I want to do this, I want to do this, and they say, that's not your lane, get back in your lane. And so I was like, well, I have to have a lane here somewhere because the documents come to me. So it's my responsibility to make sure that I believe that these documents are exactly what the statute says. And so we check them, obviously the grantor, we check the grantee, we check the parcel IDs, and we were assuming that the notaries were good. Well, back in August, I decided to start checking these notaries. And out of, well, since August, there are 11 notaries that are now on my list. Because you can get a notary stamp on Amazon. So I can just, hey, go online, say I'm Stacey James and I need a notary stamp and I expire November of 2027 and I'll get a notary stamp. So anybody can get a notary stamp. As an investor, you cannot trust that who this person says they are who they are. If the deed is already signed and you didn't go with them, you tell them you want a new one. Because you cannot assume that the notary is a good notary, because they are not. And so I started keeping track of the notaries. When I started finding notaries that showed up on multiple fraudulent deeds, I started reporting them to the Secretary of State. And we have had a notary who has lost their privileges because you keep showing up on fraudulent deeds. So if this is how we're going to have to do this, then this is what we'll do. So then I said to the prosecutor, I said, I want to be able to offer an affidavit on fax form to anybody who has been impacted. And that affidavit on fax form is what a person would say
Greater Dayton REIA is a great source of information for real estate investors. You can learn what you need to do to succeed. You can learn the different opportunities that there are in the marketplace, and you can meet a lot of people that know about this from their own experience.
It's a fantastic organization because you can network with more seasoned investors. You meet all kinds of different vendors each time. Insurance companies, title companies, there's always a different group of people here. And even though I've been involved in real estate since '99, every time I come to a meeting I learn something different. You could also find contractors here. It's just a really great way to network.
The benefits that I've gotten from Recorder over the years is being able to tap into a pool of knowledge from experienced investors, experienced speakers that allow me to overcome any obstacles I might have from what I'm not familiar with.
In GE we learned that this is a team sport, and being a landlord requires quite a few people to help. In GE we found our accountant, attorney, property manager, realtor who furnishes the leads for the properties, and I believe the appraisers.
In 2010 to invest. The whole team was there. I had a property manager, realtors who had deals, and now I have 4 houses that are all turnkey solutions. I've invested in private LLCs. I've even bought a note. So by joining an organization like GD REIA, you too can learn how to be a good investor.
And we are an approved vendor with GD REIA. We've been with you guys about 4 or 5 years now, and we love networking with the members, and we're here to help. So anything that they need help with, you can find us here every meeting and ask us whatever questions you need to.
You guys have a location?